Have you ever wondered about the true essence of trust and how it intertwines with the promises we make? Let's delve into that. In its simplest form, trust is a firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone or something. It's the bedrock of all our relationships, the glue that holds our interactions together. When we trust, we are essentially saying, "I believe in your capacity to uphold your end of the bargain." On the other hand, promises are expressions of intent. They're declarations we make, saying we will do or refrain from doing something. And these aren't just words, they carry weight, embodying an expectation of fulfillment. When we make a promise, we're making a commitment, and when we keep that promise, we're upholding the trust placed in us. Now, these two concepts, trust and promises, are inextricably linked. You can't have one without the other. They're like two sides of the same coin, each one reinforcing and strengthening the other. In our human relationships, this interplay is evident. But it's even more profound in our relationship with God. Consider the words of Proverbs 3, 5, 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. This scripture captures the essence of trust in God and the promises he makes to us. It's an exhortation to trust completely without reservation and to submit to his will in all things. In doing so, we open ourselves to the fulfillment of his promises, and our paths are made straight. This is the intricate nature of trust and promises. They're more than just concepts, they're living realities that form the fabric of our existence. They shape our interactions, guide our decisions, and ultimately determine our destiny. As we see from this scripture, trust forms the foundation of our relationship with God, and his promises serve as a beacon guiding us on our journey. So let's continue exploring these fascinating intricacies in the next scene. Now, let's delve deeper into the scriptures to explore trust and promises. In the Bible, trust and promises play a crucial role in defining our relationship with God. These concepts, woven intricately into the fabric of the scriptures, are not just mere words, they are the essence of our faith. Let's consider the words of 2 Corinthians 1:20. For all the promises of God find their yes in him. This scripture is a powerful testament to God's faithfulness. It assures us that every promise made by God is a promise kept. It's not a maybe or a perhaps, but a definite yes. God's promises are not subject to change or circumstances. They are as steadfast as his love for us. On the other hand, Psalm 37:5 says, "Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will act." This scripture illuminates the importance of trust in our relationship with God. It urges us to entrust our paths, our decisions, our very lives to the Lord. It encourages us to lean not on our understanding, but to put our complete trust in God's wisdom and guidance. And when we do so, the scripture promises he will act. This is not just about God's action, but also about our reaction, our trust in his promises. The Bible is filled with such profound scriptures, each one underlining the importance of trust and promises. From Genesis to Revelation, God's promises are a golden thread running through the tapestry of the scriptures. And trust, it's the glue that binds us to these promises, enabling us to walk confidently in faith, knowing that God is faithful to fulfill every promise. But why are trust and promises so significant? They form the bedrock of our faith. They are the pillars on which our relationship with God stands. Without trust, our faith is shaky. Without God's promises, our hope is uncertain. These scriptures reaffirm God's unwavering commitment to his promises and the vital role of trust in our walk with him. Now that we've examined trust and promises within the scriptures, we can see a unique bond between them. This bond forms a two-way street in our relationship with God. On one hand, we place our trust in God's promises. On the other, God, in his unchanging nature, fulfills his promises, further strengthening our trust in him. Let's delve into an example that perfectly illustrates this, the story of Abraham. As outlined in Romans chapter 4, verses 20 through 21, Abraham did not waver in his faith. He was fully persuaded that God had the power to do what he had promised. Despite the odds, despite the circumstances, Abraham chose to trust. His trust was not a passive acceptance, but an active belief, an unwavering faith that God would fulfill his promises. In this intricate dance of trust and promises, we can see a cyclical pattern. Each fulfilled promise strengthens our trust, and each act of trust on our part opens the door for God to fulfill His promises. It's a divine cycle, a sacred dance that deepens our faith and reliance on God. But this isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process, a journey that we embark on with God. Every step of the way, every challenge we face, every promise He fulfills, all of these contribute to the strengthening of our faith. Each experience serves as a stepping stone, a building block, adding to the foundation of our trust in God. And it's not just about us trusting God, but also about God trusting us. God entrusts us with His promises, expecting us to hold on to them, to believe in them, and to trust in their fulfillment. It's a mutual relationship, a two-way street, a partnership based on trust and promises. So, my dear friends, let us hold on to this unbreakable bond of trust and promises. Let us continue to trust in God's promises and in turn, watch as He fulfills them, strengthening our trust in Him. Indeed, the relationship between trust and promises is a cyclical one, continuously deepening our faith and reliance on God. As we conclude, let's summarize our discussion on trust and promises. Trust, in its purest form, is our firm belief in the reliability of God. It's that unwavering confidence that God will remain steadfast, no matter the trials and tribulations we face. It's a belief that's rooted in faith and fortified through experience. Promises, on the other hand, are God's expressions of intent that never fail to find fulfillment. They are divine assurances, the golden threads that weave the tapestry of our faith. We've delved into various scriptures that underscore the significance of trust and the certainty of His promises, illuminating the profound interplay between these two. So in the grand scheme of our spiritual journey, trust and promises are inseparable. They form the bedrock of our relationship with God. This relationship thrives not just on God's faithfulness, but also on our unwavering trust in Him. In essence, trust and promises form the bedrock of our relationship with God, a relationship that thrives on God's faithfulness and our unwavering trust in Him.